Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's not like anything's really going on in the news, nothing that we could talk about. It's all quiet. It's not like anything's happening, especially in the Middle East area, in near mountains or anything like that. I can't think of anything. Can you, Doku?
Uh, no, but it is Women's Appreciation Day.
Given what we're talking about, that's actually funny. Yeah, it's not like they appreciate women except as, trophies.
And there is some kind of irony about it. That
Yeah.
there are jokes to be made, but I'm not really in the mood to make jokes. Ironically enough, and
Oh, if you do ever decide you want to make jokes, just remember the Afghanis get to be on the Humanitarian Council of the UN. Just remember this.
uh,
You know, it's funny because it's fucking stupid. And no, I don't give a toss. YouTube, suck my nuts.
yeah, I really do want to make jokes, but to be fair, the Taliban did say they would
Hmm.
treat women with respect as long as it falls within the confines of Islam. So I guess they're consistent. kind of kind of odd. You'd be asking them to have a diverse and inclusive government when we know exactly what they're about. They're not exactly shy about telling us.
True. Do you know what? I actually agree with Jim. By the way, hey Jim, we really need to send them CRAP because that will change everything in their world. It's that little chuckle. I watch your icon; it just lights up for a split second. It tells me that everything that needs to be said was said.
Yep. I mean, worst case scenario, we could maybe just send them San Francisco. It'll be fine.
Are you joking? Their country is one of absolute violence and disgustingness. They don't want to get infected with San Francisco or anything to do with California. How dare you? How dare you say this to the poor people? They don't deserve that shit. Yeah, that's Afghanis I'm talking about there.
I they just need some more diversity.
hmm Hey, Jacob.
And by the way, what's up, Jim? What's up, Jacob? We're starting off kind of a little lighthearted before we really get into things here.
Yeah, I'm trying to make things not seem quite so bad. So when Doku says what he feels he needs to say, the reality of it will hopefully set in.
Yeah. In the meantime, we're let's see if we can get past that coveted 1000 mark on YouTube, and hopefully the algorithm doesn't do anything crazy. Despite I know Jensen, you want to see how quickly you can get us banned, but we got to make it a few more months.
Dude, I've already told them to suck my nuts.
I mean that's just health advice. I mean Brazilian nuts and almonds. And
This is a fair statement. Yeah.
if you want to have a more well balanced diet, maybe put some like dried pomegranate or apricots in there. Like we're just giving people good health advice, guys.
Nice concept. And Jim, what you want is literally bathtub nitro, or if you can, actually bathtub napalm, because that way it's so much funnier. And they're not busted when the fish are nice and clean and burnt clean.
That's just what we call our new brand of bath bombs. Yeah, that's going to be our second sponsor, Nitro
Yeah,
Bath Bombs, followed by
are
Gold
you,
Coin.
are you really want to talk about bath bombs, given where we're talking about? Really?
I said bath, not pressure cooker. All right.
Fair. And yes, Shirati, I completely agree.
Although I'm running out of jokes, we got a minute and 18 seconds to go. Yes, I am watching the clock to see if we can get past that line well, before shit hits the fan on our end. But shit has already hit the fan. But aren't they kind of used to flinging shit over there? Isn't? Oh, never mind. That's a different continent. Jk.
hmm Sure. Actually, I agree. Ceramic would make awesome shrapnel. It really would.
Pretty sure
Sorry,
the
I'm
our
just
area did that.
yeah. Jim and I we're coming up with ideas to cause maximum damage. I actually really like the idea of the ceramic bombs.
In
How's that?
Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah. In Minecraft, sure. Okay, we've
And
gone past 5 minutes. We should be okay.
all right, so I actually feel like I should let you speak first.
Okie dokie. Something tells me you've got a few words to say. Well, let's start with the simple one. You may well have lost people in Kabul, seriously, and your cough commander in chief is doing fuck all about this. No offense, dude, but the last time anybody opened their lips and had a go at Britain about this was the Argentinians, and I sent you a song all about that. So, yeah, things didn't go well for them. What's going on with the air quotes biggest and baddest people on the planet? You're letting a bunch of ragheads tell you what to do, and they're killing your people, and you're doing fuck all. I may be wrong here, but this does not come across as right to me. And something that was said to me by somebody, I won't say who, it's up to them if they wish to, but your country is exporting an absolute arse ton of these people over to them. And yeah, you're bringing over their people too. How safe is your country again? I'm sorry, I can't remember. It's not like you'd be inviting terrorists over. Oh, yeah, you might be. Anything?
Yeah, that touches on. So I guess we'll start with that.
No, no, not yet. I have not quite finished.
Oh,
No,
go ahead.
Sharati, we're rescuing more of yours than you are. Deal with it. Okay, carry on.
Uh, that's something else I want. All right, where do I start? So let's just start with what we know right now. I know a lot of people are saying there was two explosions. Apparently, there was also a third. The third one, allegedly, I don't know, hasn't been confirmed, but allegedly, this third one was a car bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had two suicide bombs and a car bomb. And I know they say they were outside the Kabul airport. Yeah, outside on the other side of the fence or the gate, next, like literally right next to the Kabul airport. The reports now are saying that there's 10 U.S. Marines dead. We don't know number of injured. Oh,
Yep.
there was a fourth?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, so I stand corrected then. Apparently now there's four.
Jacob,
And
it's actually a group that call themselves uh, ISIS K. It's not actually the standard. It's a subgrouping. I just want you to know that. I'm not directly accusing the Taliban, even even though I'll be honest, they're a bunch of lunatic ragheads. Carry on, mate.
well, and that's the thing. I did hear about that as well because apparently there's also Taliban that are injured and or dead involved
Mm-hmm.
in that have been caught up in these suicide bombings. Allegedly one car bomb. So I do have to kind of give credit to the idea that yeah, this might actually be ISIS trying to weaken the Taliban's position. Maybe they're trying to make a move. I don't know. I can say this much. The way that we've withdrawn our troops, the way that we've done this whole Afghan withdrawal, it it's no different than any other situation where we withdraw haphazardly and quickly and it creates a power vacuum and now you have warring factions trying to fight for control of the region. So it would make sense if this was an ISIS group doing this, or ISIL, whatever you want to call them. So it, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me because this would be also I'm if I was if I was playing a real time strategy game, if I was playing an RTS, and I knew the situation the Taliban and the United States were in, and I wanted to give the United States a reason to come in and weaken my opponent,
Mm-hmm.
I would pull something like this. Yes, it would give the United States a reason to come back in and you know bust some heads. So this doesn't really surprise me. But here's the thing: this wouldn't have happened if you didn't have such a haphazard way of withdrawing from the country. There is no structure. You let it fall in less than a week and armed the Taliban with United States military grade weapons and munitions. They have Black Hawk helicopters, more than 166 other countries. Do you think that an extremist group who also wants control of the region isn't going to come in and use this to their advantage, knowing that it's already on shaky grounds to begin with? I'm just going to be honest. I don't necessarily think this was Taliban. I don't. I do believe this is more likely an extremist group outside of, you know, the Taliban who are just elated to be armed with modern military technology. I don't think they're dumb enough to pull this. They'll try to swing their proverbial dick around to just say like, haha, yeah, look, we can make the US do what we want. Hi, it gives us credibility, power, we're gonna be on the world stage, we're in control. It would make no sense, considering the position the Taliban is in, for them to suicide bomb the Kabul airport. I just don't see why they would do it unless you have some very rogue elements, which is also a possibility. But I still think it's more likely this is probably ISIS.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, in all fairness, that they're all a bunch of ragheads. I don't care what people think when I call them that, because they are. Hell, America should be treating everything I'm saying as yay, because after all, these are your enemies. Okay, stop trying to treat them as though they are decent and fine people, because they're not. All right. MC likes to call it a 12th century mentality.
They kind of are already. Well, how can you not be a death cult if you're advocating for suicide bombing?
Yeah, we're about to have a Batman. You have been warned.
Fine by me. So, so the other thing I want to point out. So the administration says, "Oh, there's no chance the Taliban's going to take over," and then they did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, we're going to pull our people out, but yeah, look how well that's going.
Well, that sounds so genial, Joseph Biden, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
do you know what?
And then you have real quick, Batman.
It's okay.
And so then you have, well, nobody's dying yet, so it's fine, right? It seems like they're almost just trying to prove you wrong. Like, what the hell is going on here, dude? Like, what the absolute shit? They're in control of our munitions. They're in control of our weapons. People have now died. They're in control of the country. We left them cold hard cash. We've seen videos of that on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We have Americans that are, yes, they are stranded over there because they can't get out. That is the definition.
Oh no! It's not. They're not stranded. I think that's too strong a word.
Mm-hmm. Okay, abandoned. We'll go with abandoned.
That's better.
Yeah, so we have Americans that are abandoned over there. We have them trying to flee to Pakistan. Pakistan's turning them away. But yet, we have no vetting process, but we're bringing over all these Afghan refugees, and the excuse that the left is coming up with is like, oh, well, but they helped us. Yeah, I get it. They helped us, and the Taliban will probably execute them when we fully withdraw. But you're not vetting anybody. How do you know these people haven't joined the Taliban? You don't, because there's no vetting process. And oh, by the way, there's still Americans who haven't been fucking evacuated from the country, but you're bringing over all these people. There shouldn't be a single fucking person on an airplane coming to the United States until every single American is out of that country. End of story.
I'd say the same for over here, but we're in pretty much the same boat.
Well, but, at least you guys went and got your guys out.
Yeah, but you know what? The Americans are trying to get into Pakistan. Now, hordes of Americans said running to the Pakistan border, getting turned back. They're getting told, that by trying to cross the border like that, that's cultural appropriation. That is, because Pakistanis can do it, but you can't. Too close to the truth?
No, I mean you're not wrong. I don't have anything to say because you're correct. Meanwhile, we have a porous southern border. It's, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't remember, there were radical elements from North and Central Africa and the Middle East that have been apprehended at the southern border long before this ever started.
God.
Do you think that maybe they're just going to catch a flight to I don't know, Guatemala or somewhere else in South America and just come up through Mexico?
No, they're going to use boats.
That's more of a problem for you guys, not necessarily here in the U.S.
Forgetting North Africa to Brazil, I think is pretty damn easy crossing.
Yeah. There's actually the suggestions that that's how, and you'll like this one, Africans actually were the ones that discovered America.
Yeah, they did discover America when the Portuguese took them across.
Ouch, but you're right. I thought it was the Dutch. I thought they were first.
No, it was Portuguese, apparently.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about Brazil, yeah, it would be the Portuguese.
Mm.
I think the Portuguese were the first Europeans to start in the African slave trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Arabs beat us by hundreds of years.
No, there was no such thing as slavery ever. It didn't ever exist ever, especially not in the Middle East ever. Only the white man created it, which actually, if you think about it, shows a lot of respect to the whites because it's suggesting that we created something that the whole world now uses. That means that they are culturally appropriating something we created.
It also suggests that we have time machines because it's mentioned in the fucking Bible, the Old Testament.
Yeah, but no. That was written by white people, so white supremacy, yeah.
Well, according to the left, white people have no culture. So how can you appropriate that which has no culture?
No, they're right. We don't have a culture. We have many cultures.
Mm-hmm.
But
technically true.
You know what the Taliban are, don't you? The Taliban are basically ISIS with a lower budget.
Not anymore. They don't need a budget. We'll just give them the shit for free, apparently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Technically, it actually makes you lot the world's biggest gun runners out there.
What do you mean?
Letting you know.
They always were.
Yeah. Well,
I would have thought that actually South Africa would have classed as pretty much the biggest at one point. But I suppose you could argue that they did get the weapons from the Americans in the first place. So I see your point. I'm not disagreeing directly.
See, at this point, we're not really gun runners, because normally that implies a business transaction. We're just sort of arming them for free because we claim it's too expensive to bring it all back.
It's your own fault. I mean, you used to give them the stuff for free when through the CIA, and they just cut out the middleman.
And I disagree with you that there wasn't a business transaction. There was, we give you guns and you kill everybody. That was your business transaction.
It was a permanent loan.
Yes.
I can't.
Personally,
disagree.
I actually like the idea of you guys doing ammo running back in the early 2000s. You'd give them all this ammo, just do it at high speed.
Yep.
That would be the more preferable business transaction.
Yeah, without the casings.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 50% discount.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One moment. Yes, Bobby, actually, I'm not mad. I'm Jensen. Mad, unfortunately, is no longer with us. I'm just taking over the stream for him and for his missus. So, yeah, Mad is gone.
And for his
Okay, mate.
of children.
What was that?
I said, and for his thousands of children.
Good God, yeah. Just because he had one kid per person voting for his stream, that doesn't actually mean that he's got thousands, just 1,370. Oops.
I sit corrected.
Fair. Oh my God, you realise that that means that the monkey's probably only about 3 kids away from him. Damn.
That's a disturbing thought.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. And you realise he's really insanely jealous of his famous stepbrother, Tarzan.
Fair point. I know, Bobby. It's cool. I just wanted it. Yeah, you can tell them. It's fine. I've got permission from the wife, so nah. Yeah, I did it, and no, I don't care.
So,
He's talking to Matt in the comments.
So let's, since we have the baseline of things set out.
War. What is it good for?
Killing lots of bad guys.
I'm actually okay with that.
What is going on right now is an absolute fucking disgrace. And anyone who tries to make an excuse for this shit, and don't point the finger at me. I didn't vote for Biden. No. Don't point the finger at Trump. This was not the way he wanted to fucking pull out.
Well, I didn't vote for Biden either.
Oh, I know both. Well, Jensen, I don't know. I hear you might have, allegedly.
No, he tried to bite Biden.
No, actually, Batman, I have been accused of voting for Trump.
Oh, yeah.
I know, impressive, isn't it?
Who, bye?
Some people I was arguing, sorry, explain where they were wrong. I don't argue with people. I just point out where they're wrong. So, yeah, I was accused of actually voting for Trump. I am curious how the fuck I got over there and voted for them.
Could these people actually hear your voice?
I told them where I was from. I made it very clear where I was from.
Most Americans think that anybody who uses English, well, not most Americans, but a few Americans think that anybody who uses English is able to use English is actually American.
This is how I have been accused of being Australian a couple of times. I usually react badly to this.
Yeah, you're not Australian. You're part French.
Oh, that's just mean.
Says the Scot.
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and?
Just saying.
Hey, I'd rather be Scottish than French. Just saying.
I would agree with you under 99.99999% of the time, except Sturgeon. End statement.
Macron.
Which one's worse?
Sadiq Khan.
That isn't human. That doesn't count. I did point out about ragheads.
No, that is human,
Hey,
but
Candid.
it can't count. Hello, Candid. Yeah, Candid, you haven't met many Scots then, have you? You're thinking groundskeeper Willie. And he was actually an Irishman with a speech defect. Oh, wait, that's a Scottish accent.
Mm-hmm. Ouch.
Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah. So, basically, as a Brit talking to Americans, what the fuck are you going to do? All right, we will back you up, okay? I think we can safely say America has got backup. We have its back. But lead, for God's sake. Either that or step to one side and get out the goddamn way.
Get rid of the idiots you've got running your country. Don't care how you do it, you need to get rid of them.
As an American, I would love to give you an answer because we've been through 4 different levels of escalation at this point in time. The first one should not have been acceptable. We're at 4. And what is our response? We're going to cancel our press briefing. And I'll say this, I said it on Twitter a few days ago. If you're going to sit there and spend the majority of your time figuring out how to unfuck this fucked up beyond repair situation, then by all means, put your energy, every waking hour, every waking second, every moment, every little fucking calorie that is going on in your fucking little small brain bullshit cranium to unfuck the situation, then by all means, be my guest, unfuck it. But I have a strong fucking suspicion that that's not going to be the case, and it's going to be spent you trying to figure out how to fucking deflect the blame and then somehow say, well, this we weren't able to figure out that this was always going to happen, and or Orange Man bad and blah blah blah. You know, typical fucking deflectionary fucking excuse making bullshit. I'll bet you money. Mark my fucking words,
Yep.
because if I'm wrong about this, I will eat crow and say, you know what? They actually did fucking do something to unfuck the situation. But I have
There
a
is-
fucking feeling. I have a fucking feeling that they're not going to do that, and I can say that with confidence because they should have done it fucking 3 goddamn times ago. It's been going on for over fucking a month now.
The Democrats are the ones who cry loudest for war and rattle the sabers the loudest, right?
Nowadays, yes.
People like that are usually the ones who, when push comes to shove, are the ones hiding in the fucking closet when the fighting starts.
Yes.
That's
By the
exactly
way,
what they're doing now.
just to let you know, all right, there is mumbled rumours that the air quotes plan, close quotes, is to actually get Trump in as Speaker of the House. Note, if I say this wrong, I'm not actually intending to. It's not me deliberately being taking a piss. I'm trying to remember the exact wording, but apparently they want to get the Republicans to get in as Speaker of the House. They're going to put Trump in his position. Then they're going to ditch Biden and camel toe. That way he's going to get in through the proverbial back door. Now, do I think they will? Probably not. Do I think it's going to go horribly wrong? I don't think it's even close to going as bad as it's going to. Do I think you lot are going to do anything about it? No.
Nah.
That's the problem.
There's a good amount of the Republican Party. Sorry, go ahead.
Just to the chat, Wookiee lives don't matter.
That's harsh, dude.
But no, they were actually talking about that a couple of months ago. Do I think it's going to happen? It maybe, a big maybe, very very big maybe. I do personally. Nah, I don't think it's going to happen. But all that being said, this whole thing is such an absolute disaster. I understand. Oh yeah, Orange Man bad. No more mean tweets. And yes, Sharadi, I saw they're already starting with the deflection. They're trying to talk about Trump, and they're talking about all the January 6th MAGA riots and this and that. It's like you guys realize what's going on in Afghanistan, right? Oh, Trump wanted to withdraw from Afghanistan too. Yeah, and you completely tossed out the plan. Not only did you toss out that plan, you tossed out the plan that your own advisors gave you too. Yep. That's what a lot of pundits on Twitter aren't fucking talking about. This wasn't even the plan that Biden's advisors gave him. Even Biden's own advisors had a fucking plan. But nah, you're just gonna call a lid. You're not gonna have you're not gonna speak to the press or anything. What are you gonna do is you're gonna go and fucking sit in a locked door somewhere and go, how the fuck did we screw this up so bad? Because you were never fucking qualified to begin with. The only reason you guys got elected and put into the positions that you were is because Orange Man bad, you hated Trump. That's the only reason. That's what this entire administration is built off of. And if you don't fucking believe me, go jump over to fucking Twitter and go look at Really American, which is a super PAC for the Democrats, and then look at the Midas Touch, who creates a bunch of very propaganda. They don't even try to hide the fact it's propaganda. Fucking commercials. And it's all just Orange Man bad, Orange Man bad, Orange Man bad.
And Ben Grimm's getting really sick of that.
Yeah, and motherfucker, Orange Man is not in office. The Republicans are not in control of the House.
Doesn't matter.
Republicans are not in control of the Senate.
Doesn't matter.
Like, you guys have nothing to run off of. I go try to find a fucking liberal right now, today, and say, okay, what has the left since Biden has taken office? What have they done to make our fucking country better? What have they done that's a positive? Fuck your orange man bad bullshit. Fuck your Republicans are evil. Fuck your January 6th was an insurrection. Okay, cool. You can have all of that. That's fine. We've been talking about that for long fucking enough. What have you done? What has this administration done? What have the Democrats done that have actually benefited this country? And I guarantee you the only thing they're going to fucking say is, well, we passed a $1.2 trillion spending bill. All right, then tell me how that's going to affect inflation when, according to the UN, not even the US, food prices this time last year compared to this time this year are up 33%. Let's look at gas prices. Let's look at housing prices. Explain that. Explain to me how spending more money is going to make that better. They don't have a single fucking thing they can point to that has actually been beneficial. The only thing they have is, well, at least we're not Trump, and at least we're not Republicans. Half the fucking Republican Party that voted for Trump doesn't like the other half of the Republican Party because they're fucking career politician rhinos that make their fucking money by sitting in Congress and doing nothing and capitulating to fucking completely incompetent fucking morons who drive the country in so far into the fucking dirt, it would make the queen ant of a fucking isekai jealous.
You're not wrong.
No, he's not.
I'd like to find a way to disagree with you, but it would be me taking a piss if I did. You are correct there, dude.
That's the thing. The one thing I want from a fucking Democrat right now, because remember back in 2016 when the economy started going up, 6, 7, 8 months after Trump took office, well, that's Biden's economy, or that's Obama's economy. That's Obama's economy. It's not Trump. Well, this is fucking Biden's economy. Tell me how fucking great of a goddamn job you've done. Oh, no, it's Trump's fault. No, it's your fucking fault because you can't fucking take responsibility and you just want to sit there and point the finger because this person doesn't think like me. I don't like them. They're evil. They're bad. Motherfucker, you are so goddamn incompetent you can't do a single fucking thing right. Not one damn thing. You can't get the economy right. You can't get the fucking border right. You can't get inflation correct. You can't get fucking spending correct. You sure as shit can't get fucking the Afghanistan withdrawal correct. What have you done right? What single thing have you done?
He uses the toilet correctly.
I wouldn't lay bets on that.
My butt's been wiped. Yeah. What have you done? What one thing? What one thing have you done that's beneficial? Because you're spending money you don't have is not something that benefits anybody.
I'd like to pick your brain, Goku, if that's okay.
Right.
With Biden and his infinite genius of my butt's been wiped, what do you really think he was trying to say?
He doesn't know.
I know that's the scary thing. But that's why I'm hoping that I can talk to a vaguely intelligent someone. I know it's American, give me a break. But what do you think? It's okay.
Stop trying to compare me to a fucking leftist.
Fair point. No, I said you was intelligent, not leftist. There's a big difference. And Candid, you are correct. If he actually makes it to the end of one term, I will be stunned, hon. I really will. It's just like, how the living hell is that supposed to be in charge of your country? I might sit here and take the mickey, but I will be completely genuine when I say I really do feel bad for you guys. Honestly, when you got people like Trudeau and Macron taking the piss out of your president, you know something's bad, okay? We've got Boris Johnson, and let's be fair, he is a potato with hair on the top, at best.
Yeah. Dave's been controlled by his pig-like wife.
Yeah.
And she does look like Miss Piggy, doesn't she? She
does, actually. But even he is better than your commander-in-chief. I'm so
the closest thing, I think the closest thing we've got to Joe Biden is Jeremy Corbyn.
Although, so I got two things. First off, Jensen, I actually don't have a legitimate answer to your question because I don't fucking know. Maybe you were saying he was covering his ass and he just had a a fumbling of words. I don't know, dude. When 60 years from now, when I'm senile, maybe I can give you some insight. But
Jacob,
take a while.
I agree with you, mate. It seriously,
No,
we have found Donald Trump's brother. Just deal with it. It is what it is.
No, as the establishment bootleg. Nah, Boris Johnson has "Made in Taiwan" stamped on his arse.
The second thing I wanted to point out, Candid, when you say we all knew he was going to be one-term president, in regards to Biden, yes, the guy's just too old. He's going to be way too old to serve. Yeah, he's going to be too old to serve a second term.
He's not going to last the full term.
Yeah, we all knew that. That's why I kept calling him Manchurian Joe. When people were saying Trump was going to be one-term president, I didn't take them seriously until one moment. And I don't think it was this stream I said it on, but I said it on somebody else's stream. When I started to take that seriously is when I heard George Soros come out and say Trump will be a one-term president. And I have 3 good damn reasons why I believed that was going to be the case and why it should have been taken seriously. But nobody took it seriously. Reason number 1,
Facebook, Twitter, and I'm just trying to work out what the 3 is. The first 2 I think I've answered.
Oh, not even that. Because it's already happened. He's already made it happen. 1, Euromaidan, Ukraine. 2, Rose Revolution, Georgia. 3 was the other one that happened in Slovakia. I forget the name of that one. Orange Revolution. That was the other one.
Yeah, kind of
all 3 of those were Soros-backed. Also backed by the EU. Also backed by a lot of NGOs. And they all use the same symbology. I don't know why people can't figure this fucking out yet. But every time you start seeing that communist raised fist, go do a little bit of digging. Pull on some strings and see where the money goes. It's all fucking backed by the same fucking people.
Yeah. By the way, you have noticed that in the news, the crap show that's going on with Antifa has basically vanished, apart from that little incident with the Proud Boys recently. Have you noticed they've just gone from the media?
It's because
Talk about cover up.
Oh, Antifa, yeah. I thought for some reason you were saying Antifa, and I was hearing Extinction Rebellion. Yeah, they're the most incompetent fucking political agitators in the fucking world.
Although apparently Antifa is now patrolling Portland with firearms. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to knock them for exercising their Second Amendment rights. I'm kind of wondering, who exactly are they? Because I have a strong suspicion they should be felons at this point in time, but there's a whole reason they throw on masks and hoodies and people don't charge them.
Because they're cowards.
Dude, they were declared domestic terrorists officially until that got removed by the commander in Whoops.
Yeah, so again, it's not like I really care about the fact that they're walking around with firearms. Again, we have a Second Amendment here in this country. That's perfectly fine. It's when they start harassing and threatening other people, then I'm pretty sure that becomes illegal. Like actually threatening violence against other people while openly carrying a weapon. I'm pretty confident, at least in the state of Oregon, that's illegal.
So that bit where they actually took over a large area of downtown and had their guns loaded and prepped to throw down with people, you think it's a bad thing? Well, how could you say that? They're Antifa. They're just fluffy people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would never use those weapons in an offensive way, and trying to take the lives of other people who simply disagree with them. Yeah, that would never. Oh wait, it's already happened in both Portland and Seattle with their autonomous zones. So never mind.
Yeah, but at least in those autonomous zones, we're turning the weapons on each other.
If only they did.
Oh, they did actually.
No, I mean, really went for it. In all fairness, okay, as the only one here with military experience, I will tell you now, urban combat is highly fun. By fun, I mean absolutely crazy. But it would be entertaining to see them actually go full on urban terrorist on each other. Just purely so as the rest of the world could sit back, build a wall around the edge, and just watch the shit show go. Anyone disagree?
It'd probably do well for my upcoming popcorn business, I guess.
Jacob, they wouldn't accept it, mate. They want places that will work. That's why they're talking the Middle East. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
I see it send the Taliban to Afghanistan. No, not the Taliban. Send Antifa to Afghanistan. Oh!
Actually, Antifa going over there would be a brilliant idea. Let's see how well they do.
That would do very well for my popcorn business.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, at that point in time, I could make it pay-per-view as well.
Hey, think of it this way. We could actually advertise your popcorn business with Goidcoin.
We could?
I do hope you accept Goidcoin when it comes to your popcorn business. If not, what's wrong with you?
If we can convince pay-per-view to accept Goidcoin, then yeah, let the black bloc versus the raghead gladiatorial combat begin.
To go
We all know
in,
who will win.
none come
Only
out.
take half an hour.
Although, to be fair, if the Taliban are smart, they're just going to send in a lot of really angry goats because half of Antifa have to be, animal rights activists, and they're not going to want to shoot the goats. The goats are just going to, make quick work of them.
Actually, Antifa aren't going to raise a hand against the Taliban because they're all politically correct and the Taliban are minorities.
Oh, that's true. That's right. See, the Taliban's pretty much already won. You can't raise your hand against a indigenous person of color. What are you, some kind of bigot?
Do you know, we're sitting here joking, but this conversation probably is actually being had by these idiots. Oh God, I feel so bad for America. I didn't really think. No, dude, you have to. I mean, yes, it's their own fault for voting for that moron.
Yep.
And it's their own fault for not getting involved in stopping these people. Okay, we could actually go on with the words. It's their own fault for quite a while, but let's not. It's not,
Do you know the horrible thing? Here. If the US was in our position, if we were in the US's position right now, we wouldn't hear the end of it from MC and people like him.
Oh yeah, I know. I completely agree with that.
I know I've said this before. I have been using hashtag I told you so ever since this administration took office, and I have never once been wrong because everything I said was going to happen is fucking happening. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm not trying to stroke my own dick here, but I'm going to stroke my own dick here. Everything I said was going to happen, from inflation to war to destabilization, has fucking happened. And to be honest, I don't like saying I told you so. These are all bad things. Yeah, I might not be the person who voted for Biden. I don't support this administration. I don't support what the left stands for. I don't support what they're doing. But damn it, it's not my fault. I didn't support this. I didn't vote for it. Mm-hmm. But fuck you. I was right, and I told you so. So that's the only decent thing I actually have to keep myself fucking laughing at this absolute clown world administration.
Yeah.
And hopefully this bullshit wakes a lot of people up. The left right now, what the left represents currently, is not the left of the 1970s or the 1980s.
Nope.
It's the fringe left.
Yeah, it's not the left that my dad supported, which actually was for the working man.
Yeah, no, this is the fringe left. This is the Cloward Piven left. This is the Saul Alinsky left.
This is the upper class left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the communist left.
Yeah.
and not in the good way. We're talking the champagne socialist.
Jacob, were you around in the 70s?
No,
80s? No, seriously.
he's not. He's even younger than me.
Then he doesn't know what he's talking about, really.
Yeah.
Well, in the United States, actually, the 70s and the 80s were a stepping stone, but that's because a lot of this ideology that you see in the modern day mainstream left started in academia and somewhat in media, but it still wasn't considered mainstream. It's only until the Saul Alinsky, Cloward Piven, I forgot who the person who proposed critical race theory, because it does go back to the 70s, late 60s. It's that type of higher academia media group where this started to all filter down, and suddenly now there's no like union Democrat left anymore. There's no business New York Democrat left, which is what Donald Trump used to be. People seem to forget that Donald Trump was a Democrat for the majority of his life.
Yeah.
That
Right.
Pause, take a breath.
Even
First
right
of all,
until
same to you, mate. Wait a sec. Susan, but you're only 21. How can you say that? You're just an innocent young lady. Okay, now carry on bitching.
Donald Trump was a Democrat right up until he went to run for the presidency. He got sick of the Democrats.
Oh, and that's the thing. This has happened before too. It's not just unique to Trump. It's that the Overton window, ever since the about like 66 to 68, and again, this came from media, Hollywood entertainment, news media, entertainment media, and also academia. That the Overton window started slowly shifting further and further to the extreme left, to the point where moderate left, like farmers, union workers, steel workers, factory workers that used to be Democrats, if you were to look at them today, the media would call them fucking far right. You'd have Don Lemon, Rachel Maddow, fucking Brian Stelter, everybody under the fucking sun. We say, look at all these far right extremists. It's like, no, dude, it's you guys have gone so far off the ideological cliff that even calling you communists they're actually more extreme than your average fucking.
No, they're exactly the same as the communist agitators that were on the eastern edge of Western Europe during the 60s and 70s.
A lot of
exactly
if you look at the far left today versus the far left of, say, like your average Stalinist or Leninist, the current far left, at least in America, is actually more extreme than your typical Stalinist and Leninist of the 1940s and 50s. It's actually mind-boggling if you look at what these people believe. Stalinists and Leninists they believed in the power of the state and all of that, but they were still Marxist to some degree. But they still also recognized, we're all going to have to do, hard labor, hard work, but we're all sharing the same bounty of our crop, sort of thing. They were under no misconception of, I can't sit home and play video games all day and get paid because I'm a fucking Twitch streamer like frickin' Hassan Piker, that fucking moron. The far left today in the United States thinks that, oh yeah, the government's going to pay for my computer and pay for my car and pay for my student loan debt, and I'm just going to be able to sit here and play video games on Twitch all fucking day. And we're going to throw all the evil white ringers into fucking prison camps. And, the food will just magically grow itself. I mean, look at AOC. Well,
that's one of the big problems with the left as they are now, as opposed to the right as they are now. The left want to throw you into prison and treat you horribly merely for your political views, whereas the right do not. At the moment.
And the thing is, from what I can tell, the right only wants to fight back because people are trying to, how to say this tactfully. The right is trying to fight back against people who actively want to oppress them. And ironically enough, those people are the same ones who complain and bitch about oppression. It's like, you guys aren't even, they might claim anarchist or Marxist. It's like, no, you guys are just flat out fucking statists. Hey, that's what you are. You're fucking statists. you're violent, you want to leech off the teat of the government, and by extension use the hard work of other people who, specifically the people you don't like. You want them to be the supply source, so the government can supply you with shit. You basically want to be fucking barons. You want to be barons. You want to be bishops. You want to be kings and queens, princes and princesses. You want to be fucking royalty, and you want to be treated like royalty because you think you fucking deserve it because you're a bunch of entitled fucking pricks. But you haven't worked a fucking goddamn day in your life. That's what this boils down to. You're a bunch of entitled fucking children who don't know the fucking meaning of fucking hard work. And I know a lot of people can fucking levy criticism against me because there have been times where I haven't worked. There have been times where I've had to live off my fucking savings. But you know what? The one thing I can say I've never fucking done? I've never fucking once not paid my bills. I've never fucking once not paid my taxes. And I've never fucking once gone to fucking find unemployment.
So
I've always...
Gotcha.
Yeah. I have never looked to the government to fucking provide for me. I've always found a way to provide for my fucking self.
And he's never once failed to direct a lost tourist down that trap so they could rob him and kill him.
Well, and you want to know the one fucking reason I'll never run for political office?
Go on.
It's going to be a waste of my fucking time, because that time that I would spend, even if it's just 2 years, that's time I can spend making money. If I ever ran for political office, just based on principle, I would refuse to accept a paycheck, because there shouldn't be a single fucking goddamn reason that I should be collecting a paycheck from fucking taxpayers who can do something with that fucking money, especially knowing enough people need that extra cash, whether it's to pay for food for their kids. No, hold on, Batman. Whether it's to pay for food for their kids or so they can put that money back into their savings so that they can fucking actually build a nest egg so they don't have to rely on government or unemployment. If I'm in a position where I'm allowed to be able to make legislation, where I'm in a position where I can actually, create laws, if I'm in a position of power, the most responsible fucking thing any person in a position of power should do is not fucking subsidize their position on the backs of people who could probably use that money a lot more than you fucking should. And if you can't, you shouldn't be running for a position of political office to begin with in the first place. The only thing you should fucking accept would be the same thing that you would accept from a fucking college student, which is fucking room, board, and food. That's it.
I've got to disagree. I mean, if I was to run for political office, it's a full-time job, right? I would expect a decent wage. Not the ludicrous wages that they get now, a decent wage. Because the secretary I would need, the other expenses I would need would be met by the government. I wouldn't have to pay for them. So, unlike what most politicians in the world over do, I wouldn't claim those expenses and then hire my wife. I would have a government appointed secretary, government appointed fucking driver if I needed one, and I would be claiming for expenses that I don't actually incur.
Yeah, see, staff is one thing. I'm talking if you're an elected representative. Room, yeah.
So am I.
Yeah, no, your housing, your food, all that's said and fine. If you do a really good job and don't get recalled or don't get impeached, then maybe at the end of your term you get a fucking bonus. Maybe.
I think we should get Mitch the Ripper in here.
But as far as I'm concerned, what you're doing is a public service. I don't think you and I sure as shit don't think you should get a pension for it. If I'm going to get a fucking wage, it should be minimum fucking wage. It's a public fucking service. If you can't fucking do it, you shouldn't be in that position in the first place, because it creates the fucking opportunity where you're going to see fucking people want to become career politicians, and it's going to create fucking conflict of interest. If you're going,
we've got that over here, and we have the lowest paid politicians in the Western world.
If I may interrupt, just for 1 sec. Mitch, if you'd like in, just message me, mate. Not a problem. Carry on, guys.
Yeah, if you want in, just message Jensen. No, I was right the first time.
Oh, yeah.
No, if you're going to work in public office, it's an office job. Fair enough. But have you seen, even in minor public office, that job ages you heavily. and quickly.
Yeah.
You need, even the most corrupt politicians will earn a fucking decent fucking payout. They'll definitely earn a state pension, but the ludicrous wages that they get, I don't hold with.
Well, that's why I'm saying there shouldn't even just be.
But there shouldn't be minimum wage. It should be higher than minimum wage. It's a professional job.
No, I think it's as far as I'm concerned, it's a public service. Hey, it should be minimum
So
wage.
is a fucking in the United States. So is a district attorney. You want him to have minimum wage as well?
I'm talking about if you're
it's exactly the same thing.
No, a district attorney is not elected.
Is elected. Yes, not what I've heard. I've heard that many of them are in fact elected.
No, it's an appointed position. Maybe on a state level. The state level is different.
It doesn't matter. It's basically the same thing. They're a government official. They're a public servant. By your argument, they should have minimum wage. Circuit judges should have minimum wages.
Okay, then I'll clarify this. If you're in a position to make legislative decisions, if you're in a position where you can make laws, if you can tell people what they're allowed or not allowed to do, you're a public. What's the way to word this? Your number one goal is to do what's best for the people that are your constituents,
yes,
and the people that you represent.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the one who drafts laws and can tell people you're allowed to do this, you're allowed to do that, based upon your opinion, because let's be blunt, that's what laws are when it comes to legislators. It's their opinion.
Hey, Mitch.
If you don't, what's up, Mitch?
Good morning. Let me mute there we go.
One second, Doku. I've got just Shirati. There are exceptions that prove every rule, Shirati.
Well, actually, there are exceptions that provide a basis for the rule.
That too.
Also fair.
Let's. Okay, I should have dug this up before I jumped in, because well, what Doku's talking about makes sense to me, in some way. Not entirely, but I mean that is if we're still on, because I know we're dealing with the lag between the stream and being in a StreamYard. But
the funny thing
Arthur and I did write an amendment for that addresses congressional pay, for example. I'm working on digging it up because
in the meantime, before you get to it, me and Doku, it's funny, we're having an argument. And arguments usually are because of extreme points. We aren't at the extreme points. I'm halfway to what he's saying and halfway to the extreme point. Because I'm saying, yeah, they should have a decent wage. It should be better than minimum wage, but it shouldn't be the crazy wages they get.
Well, so the reason I say it should be minimum wage is that's your compensation. It should not include the cost of your housing. It shouldn't include the cost of your food. It shouldn't include the cost of expenses that are required for you to actually do your job. That I don't think should come out of your pocket.
Hold on. I think I know what you're getting at here. That they should have other means of income to support their political career.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
If you're going to be doing your job, you need to have housing. You need to have access to food. If you need transportation, you need to have access to that. Those things I'm not including. I'm talking about just pure compensation or, like profit on the top. If you're going to make money at it, all necessary expenses excluded, it should only be minimum wage, or you shouldn't collect until the very end. Actually, and then if let's say you get through, let's say it's just 2 terms of service. Let's say you're a House representative. So you're not worried about food. You're not worried about housing. You're not worried about any of that. But at the end of your 2 years, here's your bonus.
So no money for entertainment. You don't get any money that you can spend on entertainment. Like treat your family out to I don't know, a day at the seaside if you're English, or watching Netflix, something like that.
To be
Because
blunt, if you can't afford money for entertainment out of your own pocket, you shouldn't be in a position where you're trying to fucking do this shit in the first place.
The money you're going to give them, you just said, pay for the food, pay for what they need to, and nothing else.
Oh, you've got housing, right?
Yeah, but you should also have money to splash out and entertain, to treat yourself a bit.
You
This
got
is
cable?
psychologically important. Not on the money you're going to give them.
You guys ready for this?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, here's what I'm thinking. I should read through the whole amendment as we wrote it, and then we can take it piece by piece. How's that?
Yep, I'm going to mute while you read through it.
Okay. This is the Congressional Compensation Amendment from our book, Reconstitute Us to Form a More Perfect Union, now available. Anyway, I'll find a link somewhere sometime. Section 1. Beginning the third day of January following the ratification of this amendment by 3/4 of the states, Congress shall receive the following for their compensation. 1. An annual salary equal to 220% of the national median income to be adjusted every 2 years. 2. Medicaid health care benefits, though they may not be prevented from purchasing at their own expense private health care. 3. Social Security retirement, though they may not be prevented from funding at their own expense their own retirement plan. And Section 2, no other form of compensation shall be apportioned to the Congress. Now, I know some of this is going to piss Doku off right away. So let's open with that one since it's the very first bit, which is the annual salary equal to 220% of the national median income to be adjusted every 2 years.
Like I've said before, any level of public office, it burns you out. Most people who go into it, they'll last 10 years and that's it. They have to retire because they're fucked.
Yeah. To answer your question, Falcon, Arthur did the math. Right now, it's well above 220%. And we brought it down.
Yep.
And we still wanted to maintain certain things. Plus, it has a built-in side effect that we considered when we wrote it. What it does is you do have to pay them a bit to help prevent corruption, but there is a point at which it goes too far. And oh man, it's hot out here today. And the reason we wrote it the way we wrote it, also, the way we wrote that, they don't get to vote on their pay raises anymore because the pay is adjusted at that rate every 2 years based on the national median income, which means the only way that they can make more money in subsequent terms of service is to write legislation that is friendly to business interests in the United States of America. Essentially, if America does well, I think our representatives should do well because that means they're doing their job. Now, if they write legislation that is abhorrent to the business environment in the United States, their pay is going to go down every 2 years.
So what you're telling me is Biden owes money. Good to know.
And Susan, you better go check to see if he's still alive.
Now, what was that, Jensen?
So what you're telling us is basically with the success rate, Biden owes money to the US.
Yeah, basically.
Good to know, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
he certainly thinks he owes it to the Taliban.
Like I said, with the physical and mental toll that public office takes on anybody who enters it, it does require a good compensation and not minimum wage. I mean, that's like taking somebody who's been in the armed forces for 22 years and when they finish, right, fine, that's it, go out, you get nothing.
Oh, you mean the way that they're treated now? Gotcha.
No, worse than they're treated now.
And
At least get something.
Just.
There is, in our book, there are other amendments that, through the legislation that they introduced, they would reinforce this because there are certain things that Congress may not do. With other amendments in our book, if they're doing their backroom deals and whatnot, they're fucked. We actually have a violation. Oh, what did we name it? Got to find the name of the
No worries, man.
the amendment. Come on.
Have you noticed?
Okay.
Oh, the violation.
Oh,
We have the violations of the Oath of Office Amendment.
Mm.
So when they're caught engaging in their scamboogery, they're fucked. I believe we rigged it so that they're barred from serving in any public office at any level in the United States of America.
If I may ask, okay, and obviously English, learning the rules that you guys use, way different, etc. But given the rulings that you've actually created, what happens to this university's Biden? Because I am curious about this. Has he failed so bad that you guys really have to get? Well, no, he's failed so bad that you guys have to do something about it now. But in your book, would you actually find that what he's done is so bad that something has to be dealt with?
What he's done, and I don't believe it's him. I believe we do need a proper investigation. I don't think it should be that investigation should not be executed by anyone in either the judicial, the legislative, or the executive branches of government, because all those branches are corrupt.
It should be done by an outside body. I agree. And
when I say I agree, Batman, but by outside body, we do not mean the United Nations.
No,
I said an outside body, not a subservient body.
I'm not talking about a body that's foreign to the United States. It has to be an American body, and I think it should be the populace. Somehow rig the populace to have a way to get in there and investigate shit, and anyone stonewalling is fucked.
Yeah, because
I need to do one thing. Mitch, are you okay with me putting a link to your book in the chat?
Yeah, let me.
No. I'll do it. It's not a problem. I've got it here.
Oh, okay. I was going to get you a link.
I just wanted to make sure people, what I'm about to put in, seriously, take a look at this. Good stuff.
We do have, to be fair, we do have some errors in this book that we learned after publishing when we spoke to an attorney or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we are working on a volume 2 that's going to correct some of those errors.
Nice. What I was going to say about Biden is, I mean, his mental state, doesn't have the competency to act a plan in the same manner that it has been enacted with Afghanistan to date. He's
Agreed.
not competent enough to be this incompetent.
Well, he's not competent enough to face charges.
He's not competent enough to change his own fucking underwear, man.
I know that. That's backing up my point. Joe Biden is not competent to stand trial, whether it's an impeachment or anything else. An impeachment is different than a criminal trial.
I have to say something else here. My dad had dementia, right? It's what ultimately killed him. It kills everybody who gets it, right?
Yep.
But Joe Biden's the only person with dementia or Alzheimer's I don't have any sympathy for.
Well, I don't, because he's been such a mess for decades. With what he's engaged. His part he's played in the downfall of the United States of America. I can't tolerate it.
Yeah, he's been for what I know, most of his life, he's been a behind-the-scenes monster.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Susan, they're actually hoping to get rid of her pretty much at the same time as they get rid of Biden.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just a matter of who ends up taking over as the Speaker of the House. Again, I am using the correct term, aren't I, guys?
Which term?
Speaker of the House.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
The Speaker of the House is the third in succession.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the office of the president.
That's the thing, Harris. She's just as incompetent as Biden, but she doesn't have the excuse of having a brain that's turning to fucking mush.
No, she just has the excuse of eating so much mush that any infectious disease could be in it.
Yeah.
What? She just because she believes in doing it the Pokemon style, got to catch them all.
Actually, I heard that syphilis caught Kamala Harris and died horribly.
Oh my God, that must have been horrible. Poor syphilis.
Oh, let's see. What did I write? It involved Kamala Harris, but it wasn't of a. It was actually a response to Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
Yeah. Before you go on, I've got one more reason why I think that public office officials should get more than minimum wage. Yeah, should have a decent wage. If it was just minimum wage, who's going to do the job?
He has said 220%, so that's
Yeah,
double.
Well,
which-
yeah,
plus.
Doku said minimum wage.
Yeah,
In many ways, I agree with him.
And I stand by that. And
in many ways, maybe, but then again, no.
See, I think it depends on. Okay, the way we did it was we tried to do it so it's very much like what the average American has to deal with in the course of their lives when they have a job. When I have a job, I get paid, and out of my pay, I pay for housing, food, utilities, travel to and from work or anywhere else I decide to go. And in our system of compensation, the representative is responsible for all that. If they want to open an office, a separate office in, or have a separate residence in DC, they're stuck paying for it.
That is true. And that, so this is why I say what I'm saying. When it comes to the necessities that are required for you to do your job, whether it's food, housing, your office, travel, that will be covered. That just comes with the
Right.
job. You don't have to worry about it.
Under your system, that's covered. Under ours, it is not. So that's one place where our systems differ, and that's why
Yeah.
the payout is different.
Because under the present system, it is not covered. And
Yeah. So on top of that, you will get a salary. But I do believe it should be okay. Let's say double minimum wage. Let's
They
say
shouldn't
double.
be able to retire on half a term.
no,
Yeah. Let's say double. Here's the one thing I will adjust. Mitch, what was your system? The 220%?
Yes, 220% of the median national income.
Okay, so rather than minimum wage, I would say this. You get 100% of the median national income, and at the end of your term, whether you're running for re-election or not, there will be a separate thing that voters vote on. If they vote yes, you get double that as a bonus. So if they think you did a good job, even if you're not running for political office, that will be given to you as a one-time tax-free bonus.
It's a spiff.
But you have to do a good job, and it has to be done. It has to be done in a way that your constituents, the people who you represent, vote that yeah, you did a good job. So that gives you an incentive to want to do a good job, because you'll get a 100% tax-free bonus at the end of your term, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, doesn't matter. You will get that one-time bonus. There you go.
See, my difficulty there is you've just created a situation where you have to legislate what it means to do a good job, which is fine. I mean, we did that too. That's why we have an amendment that punishes bad behavior.
And that's why I think it should be something that it has to be voted on the same way. Like if you're running for re-election, sure, that's great. But this is a thing where the people who you represent have to vote and say, yes, I think you actually did a good enough job that you should get a bonus.
And even there, with the people you represent, because we already deal with gerrymandering and all that garbage and redistricting. But we have another issue there.
one of the problems is our system and your system, in fact, every system in the Western world, for politics and getting into public office have been engineered so that you've got to have a bank to be able to enter the game in the first place.
Yes.
Well, we have one. It's called the Fed.
No, seriously.
No, I mean, it means you have to be rich to get in.
Yeah, I mean, look at. It's actually worse in the States. Sorry about the throat. the election the campaigns when you're running for even local elections, there's fucking thousands thrown about.
Oh, that's a complete. That's something I would like to talk about, but that is a completely different conversation.
It is and it isn't.
Well, but see, at that point in time, we're not talking about compensation. We're talking about just cost of entry, and that is a big deal, and it's one I do have an issue with, because if you don't have a lot of money going into it, you don't have a chance. Yeah, you don't have a chance. Even in the day of social media like we have right now, when it should be, raising money through crowdfunding is easier than it's ever been. Even still, you're not gonna compete with people that have the backings of groups like whether it's
MSNBC,
not even just the media,
Soros,
Amazon, Google.
Yeah, not even just the
Mossad.
not even just the large corporate donors and the media bias that can get thrown about,
ISIS.
but just trying to actually get your ad out on YouTube and get preferential treatment. Yeah, just trying to create a situation where you have enough money to not have to work, even through crowdfunding. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars that, guess what, if you don't have 1 million followers on some across all your social media platforms,
you're screwed.
Yeah, you can't do it. Like, the barrier to entry is so incredibly high. Do you think there's going to be any real grassroots movement? It's impossible. It's not going to happen.
Mind, if you want an easy life where everything's paid for you and you waited on hand and foot, I've got a great way to do it. What you do is you go to Calais, convert to Islam, and get on a rubber dinghy and sneak into the UK legally.
Well, yeah, there's that. But without getting too far off topic into that one, here's another dirty tactic, and I've noticed a lot of people don't talk about this. As soon as somebody does come in, and they're not getting their money from super PACs like, Really American or Act for America or Act Blue or any of those groups, if they're doing it with their own money and their opposition knows it, you know what the hell happens? Random lawsuits, completely baseless, come out, and they will fucking drag you through the legal system, forcing you to burn money that you should be burning on your political campaign, just to simply try to bleed you out financially so that you're no longer a threat. Like, that's something else that really needs to be addressed, is the abuse of the legal system.
Didn't that actually happen in Citizen Kane?
It did, yeah. It was actually a plot point.
I mean, it's the process is the punishment, and the way it works now is if you stand up against the soulless minions of orthodoxy, to quote a TV show, if you stand up and speak out against them, they'll punish you with the process. The end result of that process doesn't matter as long as your time and resources are taken up by the process.
Yeah.
There are police agencies right now who will charge you with like a drunken public. I just saw a video on this earlier today. A guy was charged with drunken public, and the cop decided to throw on an obstruction charge too, because that's what they do. It's all about filling coffers and padding quotas. So that happened, and it took 2 years for the obstruction charge to be dropped. But by the end of that 2 years, it was too late. The guy couldn't file suit against the cop or the city or the agency in question because the statute of limitations had expired while this thing was pending. Apparently that was how the law worked in that particular jurisdiction.
It's a good, it's a good thing and a bad thing that in the UK, I don't think we have a statute of limitations. It's been addressed in the I almost said in the America. It's been addressed in the United States in some jurisdictions by creating a situation where the statute of limitations doesn't start until X happens, either until the matter is resolved, which would be the dropping of the charges. That would be one resolution, or if the defendant is found guilty, then the matter is resolved, and from that date going forward, you get the 2-year window on the statute of limitations.
Well,
But
hey,
apparently-
just so you know, guys, Jensen, I know you gave me what your time limit was, so I'm gonna give you guys a heads up. If you have anything you guys want to say, let's get it done now, because Jensen will have to be running here shortly. So
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll tell you everything you need to know real quick.
hmm
Everything is bullshit. The only two political ideologies, when you boil everything down, is liberty and tyranny. All you have to
Yes.
do is figure out which one you are for and which one you are against.
And sometimes the one which seems to be liberty is actually tyranny.
You got to think
Usually
about
is.
it.
Yep.
But that's another
So-
thing I have take issue with. It's in this United States, it's in the UK, it's probably everywhere in the Western world. The higher echelons of your police force are political officers. They should never be political officers. The police should never have any political
Yeah, they
element
should be
to them
totally
whatsoever.
independent.
Yeah.
That's theoretical. Theoretically, though we know it's not true. Theoretically, that's actually what it should be. I.e., legally, I believe it should be.
Yes.
Just nowadays, I mean, to be honest, it's the same with the media. It should be independent. The whole point of the media, when you actually
It
break
used
it
to
down
be,
to the
more or less.
original version, was completely independent. They are giving you the information of what is going on, i.e. news. They're not
Yeah.
giving their opinion. So nowadays, there's no real such thing as media. There is just opinion pieces left, right,
It's
and behind
TASS.
centre.
And I've got to agree. Flying Falcon does bring up a very good point.
hmm
Yeah, I have something very. I have something important.
And MC turns up.
MC, you're late.
Hello, Mick.
It's
He's
MC.
probably- He's probably
loud.
been giving a charity rap concert.
Yeah. Doku, I can probably keep going for another half hour if you want to carry on a bit, but that is as far as it goes, mate. Okay?
I don't want to drag you on for another half hour, even
It's
though
cool.
I do enjoy this debate, but it's 100% up to you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You set the rules here.
Yeah, we have basically 38 minutes and I'm done. So for 38 minutes, go to hell, people. Enjoy yourself. Seriously, just go wild.
38 minutes. What is this, an episode of Stargate?
Yes. Except not quite as good and far more dangerous creatures than the mere gold.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
We've
I'm
got
keeping an eye on the time. So when I say it's a 5-minute warning, it's a hard 5-minute warning. In the meantime, for right now though, Batman and Mitch, go back and forth because I've had plenty of time to talk at the beginning of the show. You guys
Well-
haven't had as much.
I was going to say, obviously, pretty. I know where MC's actually been. He's been hiding from Galactus again.
Oh, don't even
No,
get us
don't
started on the
be-
nerd shit. That's a
Do
completely
not
different
be
topic.
Stupid.
But we're so
Batman.
good at it.
How
Yeah.
the hell can something that big hide?
He hid behind a nebula.
Hang on.
Great,
I got
so
it.
that's his foot covered. Wonderful. Next.
Yeah, you got me.
Thank you.
He hid behind a galaxy.
Oh, man.
Okay, that went up to his knee. You're doing well, mate. Keep going. Until we're into the multiple parsecs, we are not covering the dude. Just deal with it, all right?
Galaxy is multiple
Parsecs.
parsecs.
I know.
How many parsecs in a quadrant?
Good
That's a good
question.
question.
What is the square footage of a parsec?
Actually,
Well, he did do the Alderaan run in less than 12 parsecs.
That was the
I knew someone was going to make that.
no, that was the
Kessel
Kessel
Run.
run in
Yep.
Yeah.
I
By
don't
the
care.
way,
He still got it wrong.
at one point, I was actually able to calculate exactly how many feet it was to the light year. Not
Unfortunately,
anymore, but I used to be able to.
calculating that is why
Because-
he's now in the mental state he's in now.
Mm-hmm. Does explain a few things, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I don't think
And
MC will be joining us.
Nope.
I
And
guess
for
not.
all of you guys that actually know about the role-playing game Traveller, you can
Yes.
actually create your own spaceship. I actually know somebody who created a spaceship legally 1 parsec by 1 parsec.
I remember the first time we did that, and
Wow.
I still want to know what the square footage is. Does nobody have an answer?
No.
Well, fuck.
I used to play Traveller a lot, but it was like from 1978, so we didn't have that build your own starship bit.
Oh, that is a number that I do not want to fucking.
Oh,
So-
Lord.
Mitch, to answer your question,
Yeah.
1 parsec is equal to 3085678000000 kilometers.
What's that in centimeters?
Don't even-
Add 3 more zeros. That's what that is in centimeters.
More like 300 more zeros.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking math.
No,
That's why I'm asking everyone else.
I was
Yeah,
going
we-
to say early on, have you noticed whenever Mitch joins a chat, everybody gets quiet and respectful?
Yeah. Actually, that is very, very true.
I have no idea why.
Wait, I've been quiet and respectful. I can always ramp things up. I have
I
no
am-
problem with that.
I am not used to being considered the calming influence.
Doku, like MC, you're too subtle, dude. You're too
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah, he's just subtle.
me being
he's just
subtle.
Yes.
Doku, you're about as subtle as a warm is, with a slice of lemon wrapped around it.
Seriously, I'm used to being the guy who goes, "Hey, lady, you want a cocktail?"
Yeah, I used to shout that in my youth, only a stop short of tail.
What comes first, the
Just
top
the
or the
face.
tail?
Or there's my favorite pickup line too. When I go up to a good-looking broad in the bar, like, "Hey, you want to go bowling and fuck?" And then when she gives me the smack, I'll be like, "What? You don't like bowling?"
I used to talk to girls when I was a kid, and I looked them straight in the eye and, "Oh, pet, you want to go halfies on a bastard?"
Ouch. I was going to say, how about the simple one of do you fuck on first date? But, you two have taken it to a whole new level.
I like to sometimes adopt a different voice and be like, "Lady, I'm here to feed your kitten."
Nice.
Not sure how to respond to
I'm
that.
I'm the sausage man.
I am the sausage maker. I would like to introduce myself to your meat grinder.
Mhm.
Hey,
That is-
baby,
Okay.
you want to
It's-
eat
it's
my
like-
dough?
I wonder how women react to an X-rated game show host, because that's what I get. That's the vibe I get from that voice.
You know what? If you actually want to talk about the X-rated game show host, you actually want to look at the Japanese stuff because
Oh God, no
they.
kidding.
The Japanese
Yeah.
are perverts.
Yeah, isn't it great?
How dare you be so polite to them? Seriously,
They are perverts.
dude. They have a game show of incest.
Yeah,
No,
we
I'm
know.
not joking.
They've got a game show for everything.
Fair point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if Temma needs an adult right now, I'm here for you, Temma.
Hello, I am looking for sexy American woman for to making fuck. Perhaps
Hello,
I can
man.
help you to show me.
Sergey, what you doing here? You said you were going to library.
I am looking for sexy lab assistant. Do naked jumping jack. This,
I just
this
looking
is
for
my jack you jump on.
I just looking for loose American girl to fuck.
You're both weird. Just saying. You're both strange. Doku, save us. And that's saying something.
And great secrets were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "Boom! By the power of Grayskull! Nah, fuck you!"
My God, you sounded like someone. You sounded like a scouser there, dude. What?
Yeah,
is going
that's what I
on?
was going for.
Okay.
Right, like he's an adult now.
That's why when Prince Adam says by the power of Grayskull he loses his clothes because a scout it summons a scouser who steals his fucking gear.
No, he does actually hold aloft his magic sword. You know full well they'd nick that.
No, because he's holding too high for them.
True, actually.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Oh, this turned gay real quick.
Yeah.
Why do I get the impression that when Jacob's saying that he's saying it in a really pleased and excited way?
He is. We
Oh,
know what he's
God.
like. Oh, I see why he's complaining. He's actually complaining because he likes hobbits and we're all far too tall.
No,
Bobby B wrote, I got undoomed
If you
vibes
get-
from that voice,
if
and
you-
now I'm sorry. I'm just going back to the whole concept about the pornography game show, and I could just hear Undoomed after commercial break, just being like, "Hey everyone, and welcome back.
Yeah, definitely. But
I want to see this show."
I was going to say something, and thank you, Mitch. I've forgotten.
I'm sorry, it just caught my attention in the chat, and my brain is just ran like hell with it.
Oh yeah, that's it. For anybody who gets the reference, I think Jacob was a regular attendee at the Blue Oyster Club.
Everyone knows the tune. That's scary.
Yeah, I know the tune because I saw the film.
He knows the tune because he was starring in the film. That's what he's trying to tell you.
Yeah, whereas Jensen was just an extra wearing all that leather.
That
Yeah, but I looked
movie
really
was
good.
based on one of my dirty nightmares.
The thing is, Jensen, you weren't supposed to be an extra. You just turned up because you thought it was a good time.
And this is a problem. Why?
Are you saying it wasn't a good time?
Exactly.
No, it wasn't because he ate the barman.
Well, it was a good time for me.
I was gonna say that doesn't constitute it not being a good time. Just
Yeah.
it's kind of
All right,
one-sided.
It was the Blue Oyster Bar, not the Blue Oyster Club.
I'm checking that now.
Miss Murder wants to know why people are awake.
Who says we're awake? You're talking to a living dead here.
I'm living my dirty fantasy. In a sweaty shirt in the dead of August, with the sun high in the sky, and a strange animal in my hand.
Jensen, what are you doing in Mitch's hand?
Batman has taken this scenario in the completely wrong direction. You ever see that guy that
Suddenly,
narrates video
Batman
games?
goes insane and shoots the narrator.
You ever see the guys that like narrate video games when they jump into like an MMO? I wonder
Yeah.
if I should do that to someone just to fuck them up.
Do it.
You should.
You want to
Here
do
we
it?
see a
Do it in
classic
Star
asshole
Trek.
stepping on his own dick.
What you want to do in Star Trek? It would have been even better if there was voices in Star Trek online. Yeah, go to somebody. Just have your character look them up, down. Them. I used to be an adventurer like you till I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh, look, there's Fancy Dan Smith. He's got his phaser set for fabulous.
Now you just reminded me of this video I saw a while back. There's these two guys that get one of them in the garage and he comes back with this antique bottle. So they open it. It takes two of them to open it, and this genie pops out, gives him a whiz each. So the first guy has this evil grin on his face. He goes, I wish that everybody in the world, apart from me, was a gorgeous blonde woman. Yeah, bang! And his mate, obviously, just put this actress in there. He's like, what the hell, dude? And the genie turns to her and goes, right, what's your wish? Goes, you know what? I wish he was gay.
Jacob, before you go, Nani.
Hi, Sensei.
No, it's not an unreasonable hour for a nocturnal person. It's 11:15 at night.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I got another one.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, God. These things, they pop into my head and they just sometimes have to get out. Because there is Bruce Bottomry with his phaser set to, oh, you delicious bitch.
Oh,
my.
I saw the first episode of Marvel's What If, right?
Oh, why did you do that?
Damn
I
it,
avoided the
Batman.
second one, right?
Mhm.
Because it was basically isn't T'Challa wonderful and glorious and gorgeous, but the third one's actually quite good.
The third one is good.
Yeah.
I will actually confirm that.
Especially-
I didn't watch the third one because I didn't believe it. It's actually
Especially with
pretty
what
fucking
happens to the Hulk.
good. Yeah, no,
That was brilliant.
no, it was because everyone's like, "What the?" And
Even the
Yeah.
Hulk was like, "What the?"
yeah, like, what the shit? Like, what's going on? It's like, no, it makes perfect sense. Like that.
Yeah, the reveal at the end.
And no, it's great. Like the third What If, to be blunt, I know it's good, but it pisses me off because it shows us how good that
Yeah.
Careful.
that this could.
Spoilers.
I'm that's why I'm wording it very carefully. It shows us how good that the writing could be if you just put your fucking political fucking bullshit aside. Don't inject
Yep.
don't inject your shit in there. Just tell a good story within the context of the fucking universe that's already been established and just give us a good story that only focuses on the characters, not your fucking politics and trying to make a point and soapbox and virtue signal. Just tell a good story. This is what they're capable of. They
Yes,
can make
exactly.
good shit. They
And there's another reason too, because you don't want to have a whole Marvel What If series filled with fairly minor political angst in the
Yep.
grand scheme of things,
Oh,
and have it be this big preachy mess, so that someone later creates a parody of Marvel's What If called Marvel's That's Why.
I thought they was going to call it Why Bother.
Two things. First of all, MC's comments. Yeah, I haven't used it yet, but I have.
Penicillin?
No, I have his only weakness: green Arizonite, and I will use it on him if he goes through with that threat. And second of all, have you ever seen the Black Panther movie?
No, thankfully.
It's boring until he's fighting Kilgrave.
Oh, and then it's a bad cartoon because the CGI is kind of shit.
No, I mean just the fight to be chieftain.
Yeah.
That's good. The
that's
rest of
what
the
I've
film
said
is
about-
boring.
That's what I've said about the Black Panther movie for a long ass time.
Yeah.
It's not just the fact that it's cookie cutter. It is the template for being a cookie cutter Marvel
It's
film.
worse than that.
Yes.
I mean, up until Killmonger shows up, T'Challa faces no threats whatsoever.
Well, that's the Killmonger. Killmonger was actually a compelling villain. I actually liked Killmonger. I don't really give a damn about T'Challa or Wakanda or whatever. It's like I wanted more of Killmonger. Like Killmonger is
Wasn't that Kilgrave? No,
no, it's Killmonger.
no, you're right. It was Killmonger.
Kilgrave's
Kilgrave
Marvel.
was Jessica
Kilgrave
Jones.
Oh, and that's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
right. The
Yeah, that's
Purple
the
Man.
thing. Killmonger actually had a compelling storyline that I wish they would have spent an extra 30 minutes exploring. Because to be perfectly blunt, I don't give a damn about T'Challa. Yeah, he's the king of Wakanda. Yeah, whoop de fucking do.
You can't beat him whatsoever.
Yeah, like we get it. He's got plot armor. I don't care. In Wakanda, yeah, we get it. They're the most advanced civilization.
No,
that's
it's not
also at the-
Wakanda. It's not Wakanda. It's Wakanda.
Oh yeah, Wakanda.
Wakanda
Yeah,
forever.
If you remember the end of the film where they had a choice to follow the rightful king, the good guy, or the bad guy, all the female warriors followed the good guy. All the male warriors followed the bad guy.
Oh, and again, we also have to remember Wakanda is the most technologically advanced ethno-state to have ever existed that lets their neighbors with the same skin color just die due to
Due to arbitrary border.
yeah.
And guys, I just want to point out: can we stop calling it Black Panther? It's
Panther of
Afro-American
colour.
Panther. Thank you.
No, it's Panther of color
Racist.
because he's not American. He's African.
That's why it's Afro.
Thing is, I like Chadwick Boseman in the role.
Yeah.
Oh no, Chadwick
He
Boseman's
was
amazing.
fucking brilliant
actor.
in the role. Brilliant until his solo movie. Well, no, he was still good in his movie, but the movie was just badly written.
He was a good actor. He brought he brought a kind of humanity to the role.
Yes.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of these movies is the actors and actresses involved in them. It's not like they don't lack talent. I mean, yeah, there's a few here and there.
Brie Larson. is
But
one.
yeah, Brie Larson, she's just not that. But
No, the first roadie.
Yeah.
but a lot of it does. A lot of it does boil down to the fact that it's just really crap writing.
Yeah. Atena is saying that the writing is garbage. I disagree with her. I think it was a lot worse than that. My comment is my comment is wait, there were writers.
I mean, they had Andy Serkis just on tap to be Ulysses Claw, and they did nothing with Claw that they could have
Apart
done.
from making him the fucking the comic relief.
Yeah, he was
Claw
a
is
comic relief villain, and
Claw-
Claw was
dangerous.
better than that.
Even before Claw was very dangerous even before he became living fucking sound.
Yeah. Hell, I'm surprised they actually got rid of the arm to put the sonic kaboogleizer on him.
Yeah, and he didn't get that until after he became living sound.
What?
He didn't get that gizmo until he became living sound because that was how he could solidify himself.
Oh yeah, you mean in the comics? I'm still in the movies.
Mind, I am liking what I'm seeing with the Spider-Man No Way Home trailers.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they look good, but apparently Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are not going to be in it. To be perfectly honest, I think they should retcon it. So if he meets those two alternate Spider-Men, they should all be played by Tobey Maguire. Because let's face it, an alternate Peter Parker is going to look like Peter Parker, isn't he?
No, you got to remember that
he's the same person.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you except for one problem. I thought that the whole point was that they was actually going to be bringing in the black Peter Parker, the female Peter Parker.
There isn't a black female Peter Parker.
There probably will be.
No, there's Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. And he covers two bases because he's black and he's Hispanic. Or as Maddie likes to say, Latinx.
Well, what you got?
Sorry.
With Spider-Man 2029, you got Irish and Hispanic.
Yep.
Yeah, they're never going to have a redhead character. We let's be blunt. We all know Hollywood hates redheads, especially redheads with green eyes.
Yeah, but I don't think Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, had red hair.
Not quite. I mean, you're right. I mean, Flash Thompson, redhead, right?
Yep. But
who did they replace him with? An Indian kid.
Well, yeah, and a dark-haired guy in the Maguire verse.
Yeah. And a blonde guy in the fucking Andrew Garfield rip-off of the Maguire verse.
And see, the cool thing with Miles Morales and Miguel O'Hara as the other Spider-Man is they are not just Peter Parker with a different inker. They are different characters and new characters, and Miles Morales and Peter Parker wound up in the same universe.
Well, that's the thing. Miles Morales actually does have his own unique sort of flavor to him, whether you like him or not. He is a different character, which is why out of all the quote quote woke characters, I don't hate Miles Morales.
No, because
Miles Morales is a good character.
Yeah, he's in no way offensive.
He has before all the woke bullshit as well.
And that's the thing. He has his own motivations. He has his own backstory. He has his own personality, his own way of talking. Like, if Miles Morales, in my opinion, is a perfectly fine character. I have no issues with Miles Morales. I do have an issue with characters like Riri Williams, however.
Yeah, well, Riri Williams did nothing. She stole. She shoplifted some Iron Man tech and made her own.
Well, it's not even honestly.
It's worse than that.
If they went with that, and it's just, I want to be Iron Man, so I'm going to steal an Iron Man suit.
She wanted to be Tony Stark.
I would be okay with that, though. This is the thing. In a lot of the woke comic book thing is like, oh, you just don't like Riri Williams because she's a black female. No, that's not my issue. If she stole Iron Man tech and became Ironheart because that was her thing, it would be a weird dichotomy between I want to do good, but I'm doing bad to do good. It would actually make her a pretty decent anti-hero. And I like
they explored that angle.
She's actually a sociopath. If you remember when she was first introduced, she's in class.
Well, that's the thing. So is Deadpool. I like characters like that.
Shut up. She's in class.
Shut up.
And the teacher's going on about all these great people, and she says, you can be anyone you want. And she stands up and, I can't be Tony Stark, though. And the teacher's explaining how she can. She's just standing there, stares down at the teacher until the teacher gives up and says, fine, you can't be Tony Stark. She's a sociopath.
That's what I was going to actually bring up, Batman. And it's not just that. It's that her teacher is sitting there saying, you can be whatever you want. And she's like, you can't just say that to me. You have to tell me that I can't be something. Otherwise, I'll have no motivation. It's like, wait, so you want to be shit talked? You want to be talked down to? You want to be oppressed because otherwise you have no motivation? She's like, well, fine. You'll never be Tony Stark. and that's what drives her motivation. And it's
Do you want to hear the latest shit show from Marvel?
ridiculous. It's absolute real. It's real quick, Batman. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous that someone's going to say like, no, you have to talk down to me. You have to be demeaning. You have to say I can't do this, otherwise I have no motivation. Like, that's not even being a sociopath. That's not even being a masochist. I don't know what the word for that is.
Lazy.
Yeah. First of all, Doku, real quick, who the fuck are you? The Ghost of Dodge? And second of all, the shit show which Marvel have brought out there recently is Aunt May is really Peter Parker's mother.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah, that's a thing that's gonna be happening soon, I guess.
It's already happened.
Oh, has it?
There's this comics tube, I think they call it, where he basically displays the comic books, so you can read them on YouTube. Yeah. And she actually says to Ben Parker at the end of the second installment, "Face it, Tiger, you hit the jackpot." There's only one character has ever said that.
Yep.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
It's a bad idea. That's how you respond to it. You call it out as a bad idea.
It's a horrible idea. It's a disgusting idea.
They just can't build on what's already there. They have to tear what's already there down. That's pathetic.
I'm surprised I haven't tried to say that Peter Parker's real mother is actually black.
Yeah, no kidding. And Martha Kent was raped by a Kryptonian.
All right, you know what?
Yep.
Because superhero reasons and woke comic books.
All right, since we've got some nerds in the chat who are familiar enough with the comic books, let's just do something fun real quick.
Okay, before you do, I'd like to finish with this bit fairly soon. I actually want to go back to what's going on with Afghanistan. After all, that was what the stream was meant to be about.
Yeah.
And people have been saying some shit that needs to be mentioned. But carry on, Doku, but make it as quick as possible, please.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make this really fucking quick because I actually wanted to move back to that myself. All right, Batman Mitch, come up with an original character.
The Badger. The Badger is sort of a cross between Captain America and Wolverine. No skeleton, well, there's a skeleton obviously, but no adamantium skeleton, no claws, and no shield. It's a super soldier experiment that didn't go wrong, but had an unintended result. He didn't grow big. He actually got a little bit smaller, but he's tough as nails. He heals quick, and he's called a Badger because he's like Wolverine. He's dwarfish.
I've got an English one for you.
And he's a mean little motherfucker, too.
I've got an English one for you. The red squirrel, right? It's an English animal. Hold on. He's short, right? He's a midget. And all the way through his early life, he got picked on at school, right? Yeah. So it's given him a hatred of bullies, for one thing, and a sense of right and wrong. But he's also an expert gymnast and an expert martial artist. And he developed the costume, he developed the gadgets he uses, and he's a mean little bastard.
So we've all got the mean little bastard thing covered so far. All right, Jensen, what about you? Sorry,
and yes,
Batman.
as the Tema pointed out, red squirrels are assholes.
So, Jensen, do you want to jump in on it, or do you want to move on to the next?
Actually, I just want to point out that with you guys all talking about midgets, you realise you're turning on Jacob, don't you?
That's true.
Head statement.
Yeah, well, sorry about that, Jacob. I wasn't watching where I was walking.
And I said dwarfish.
Yeah,
so I'll just go ahead and end this real quick. See, it's not that hard to come up with something original. It takes very minimal effort. You could do it off the top of your head, which should tell you how incompetent the people writing for Marvel and DC are right now.
You come up with a name and a gimmick, and then you start filling in pieces for their backstory.
I used to both play and run Marvel superheroes.
Yep, I've still got it, mate.
I mean, I'll give Mitch a character bio for one of them. Shade, if you remember the ghost.
Yes. Fucking hell, I can't pick anything up.
Again, I just wanted to prove a point, and it worked out exactly how I'd expected to.
Oh yeah, and my comment to Mitch after his last comment: Opposable thumbs are fun, aren't they?
Right. Going back to Afghanistan and the absolute shit show that's going on over there. I've been watching some of the things that have been said and some of the numbers, and I'm going to be completely honest. I'm getting freaking deserved. Apparently 60 have been killed so far. What? No, I'm being seriously on that.
60.
What?
Is that all? That surprises me. I thought there would have been more. And I'm not saying that just to be clever. I'm saying that because that's the way these people operate.
Well, not only that, but because the amount of weaponry and material that was left behind.
Yeah, no. I think they're talking about the 4 bombs, that have gone off. That's it.
Right.
60. Remember, these are dead. They're not talking about injured. They're talking about dead.
Right. Yeah. There probably are a hell of a lot more injured.
Yeah.
See, here's my thing, man. I don't give two rotten, wilting fucks about Afghanistan. Not a single one. I don't care. Fuck that country. They're Stone Age. They don't want to get past it. Fuck them. What I do care about is we have an administration that, and this is what I wrote about on Twitter earlier, that left our people behind on purpose. You don't accidentally do that.
No.
That's an intentional act. That's not, oh, whoops, bullshit.
Something I'd like to share with you people that I shared with Twitter. If you'll bear with me while I remember how to share screen.
Okay.
Share screen.
I'll tell you this, man. If we do anything at this point, we go in to win. If we go through that door, to paraphrase Avengers Age of Ultron, to sort of tie it together, if we go through that door, we go through it, we're Avengers.
Yep.
We do not just go there and say, now you kids knock it off. No, we go in there, we tear some shit up, and we leave a nasty reminder that we were there.
I would like it noted that MC has the right idea with dealing with all this. You grid mark the entire area of Afghanistan, and you bomb it back into, as he put it, into the Stone Age.
Yeah.
I think you go to the next.
Then you go in with troops because they'll have hiding places. There will be survivors. You go in with troops and you take out the survivors.
My plan actually explains and deals with all this problem, Batman. You then flood the entire area and turn it into beachfront property. That deals with all those hiding.
Who are you? Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor.
Well,
Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor too, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
we don't talk about Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, no, we don't. I agree, Sharty. We got off the fucking country. In all fairness, again, that's why the water will actually end up cooling down the explosives, and we'll probably get rid of the radiation a damn sight better.
Actually, you believe we have conventional weapons that is devastating as nukes, but without the radiation. So
yeah,
Afghanistan is a mountainous country, right? We could make it into a landlocked sea.
Well,
that's
the water
pretty
would
much my
evaporate,
plan.
but yeah, we can make it into the landlocked dune sea.
Yeah,
plant some Skywalkers out there, and everything be lovely. You know what? Turn it into a studio backlot. There you go.
Yeah, and some Uncle Owens as well, and maybe he's Ben Kenobi.
Absolutely.
Are you trying to suggest that the survivors of the Taliban are going to turn into sand people? Oh, good point. Yeah.
What do you mean turn into?
That's why I left it there.
Yeah, the funniest thing I've heard about
this
the whole
time,
thing,
we don't leave them a shit ton of gaffy sticks to play with.
Yeah. The funny thing I've heard about the whole thing is the Taliban are going to combat climate change.
Oh yeah, no, you saw that. By the way,
by killing
I'm thinking we should actually they shouldn't actually be the sand people. Let's be fair, they are the
Jawas?
Jawa.
No, they're a little bit south. They're called the Jawas.
Dink-dinks. They should be the dink-dinks from fucking Spaceballs.
Yeah, have a good one, Timmer.
Dink 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 dink
Dink
dink dink.
dink. Well, they've got the outfits.
Oh, that's true.
No, I'm serious though. I'm tired of us, America, declaring a war of some kind, and then just treating it like it's a public relations asset. Fuck that.
My
If we're gonna
idea,
declare war, let's recognize what war is and be fucking serious about it.
my
Yeah.
idea is we pull out of the Middle East entirely, right? The West,
Yeah.
everybody in the Western world, pull out the Middle East entirely. We have strict border controls across our border with the Middle East. Anybody who tries to swim, walk, fly, or get out that Middle East at all is shot down.
Space laser. Absolutely.
Yeah, we just have nothing to do with them and make sure they have nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
You're
Until
saying
they sort
space
their shit
laser.
out.
You're saying space laser, mate. I'd like to remind you of the existence of magnetic linear accelerators, i.e., rock lobbers.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
You put one of them on station, they get lippy, and you just lob a rock at them, and you erase one of their cities. It's just gone.
The rod of God, that's what
Yeah,
you
except
need.
we're not Ultron.
Well, that's not our fault that, we've come up with all these wonderful ideas. I
No,
still
see,
think
my-
my idea is a good plan.
I still,
And
no,
it's just-
I say lock them out of civilization until they decide
Yeah.
to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Send
and
them
that
to the
means-
room.
That means a strictly enforced trade embargo as well. They don't get
Yes.
anything in, nothing comes out.
5-minute warning, people. 5-minute
Okay.
warning.
And that means keeping a strong eye on China as well.
Well, with the 5-minute warning,
Mhm.
I do have new information.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Tonight we're gonna have either myself running solo with a guest or Arthur and I running with a guest.
Okay.
We're doing a special stream at 10 p.m. Eastern
What about?
with Good Logic as our guest.
Okay. Would you like to put the link into the chat, mate? You are welcome to shell it here. I have no problem with this whatsoever.
Hold on. With Good Logic, is it? So that means, yeah, you've got Good Logic as a guest and you're having another guest.
No, Good Logic is the guest.
It's just when you said a guest. What's it about?
We're probably going to discuss our book a little bit because Good Logic is a lawyer.
Uh-huh.
And also, I think we're going to be rapping a bit about this Afghanistan deal and Biden's America.
Or lack of America.
Or lack of deal.
Or
If the
Biden's
political
ice cream cone.
situation- If the political situation in the United States continues the way it is, even if Biden is gotten rid of, you're not going to have a United States for much longer.
No, we're not.
And that
We're
means
balkanizing, whether we realize it or not.
and that means that Russia and China will start attacking each other.
Yeah.
Shit,
Good.
we'll probably get East and West Germany'd by Russia and China.
Possibly.
Mitch, we've got a couple of people asking for the link, so
Oh, I put it in the chat.
hasn't shown up, mate.
That's because he doesn't have a wrench. None of us have a
Oh,
wrench.
that's right.
Oh, in that case, give it, shove it in
StreamYard's link.
private.
Chat.
Or no, shove it in private, and I'll shove it in chat.
Oh, what the hell? Everything's going crazy on me on this end. What the hell just happened? Where's the
I have
records
no
room?
idea.
Okay, let's see. I'll
The
DM it to you
Taliban
in
are after
Discord.
you. It's either that or it's aliens.
There you go.
Okay, mate.
It's funny, isn't it? The Americans have managed to do what the Soviets could never do.
Yep.
What,
What's that?
arm the
Destroy
Taliban-
America?
Yeah.
Arm the Taliban and make them a
No,
first
destroy
world
America.
army?
The Taliban
guys.
aren't an army. They just saw an opportunity and took it.
Now, the
Guys,
Taliban are a church.
one sec. Here's the link, everybody. If you'd like to make use of it, I strongly advise you do.
We do try to be entertaining and informative.
And if you don't turn up to watch Mitch's stream, he will find out where you live and he will stand outside your bedroom staring at you.
Actually, I
That-
won't. I'll find out where you live and then leave you alone.
That's what lefties do, Batman.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know what? Screw it. I'm not even going to bother to find out where you live.
No, actually,
Sounds like a lot of work, and I'm
don't
just not into it.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
Lefties would actually break into your house and shout at you for being racist.
True. But they'd do that if you actually did anything. Let's be fair. Hell,
Yeah.
if you agree with them, they'll call you racist.
While they're
Which
shouting
is
at
kind
you
of
for
funny.
being racist, there's only white people in their group.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if one of these leftists actually turned around and said that Lenin was a right-wing white supremacist.
Oh,
Had a beard.
that.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah, it would be weird to see if they called him an incel or a neckbeard. I actually wouldn't mind watching that play out.
Or an Excel.
Yeah, it's probably closer.
Yeah, because apparently Lennon got his hands on a lot of pussy.
Or an ingrown beard. That'd be weird.
That's a weird way to say rocks in labor camps,
With
but
my beard, ain't it weird?
How
Don't
do you
be
think
No,
you
weird.
get heads up getting pussy?
Actually, Lennon got a lot of pussy.
Wouldn't shock.
Lennon
but-
had a beard.
Based on the time, I will be bringing this to an end. Do
Kathy
you have
Newman
any
has whiskers.
final words, Batman, i.e. something that doesn't take 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's enough, right? Goku?
Well, let us say something.
No, you said it. Yes. Goku, do you have anything you want to say, mate?
I have Mitch go first.
Okay.
I already did.
Mitch?
I already did with the link and all that. So have at it, everyone.
Fuck
which
off,
case-
Jensen.
In which case, everybody, go check out the link. Go check out Mitch's stream. Have fun with that. And a final word from our sponsor, which would be Goidcoin. Buy it, sell it, use it, and abuse it.
Touch it
I
in
agree
strange
completely.
places in the dead of night.
Do you know that is a really good version? We really should actually get him advertising Goidcoin.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mitch, we're
then.
gonna need to get you to clip something for us. But
I'm here
Yeah.
for my standard voiceover. Smell my finger.
You know what I would like is Arthur and Mitch to take a scene from Fatal Instinct, right? The one with Sharon Stone in.
Yeah.
Arthur re-dubbed the Michael Douglas lines, and Mitch, using that voice, dubbed the Sharon Stone lines.
all right, damn it,
I'm
that's
horrified.
enough. That's enough. We've been here too long. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen and ladies, have a good night. Jensen, kill it.
Bye-bye, everyone.